bringing you this week's episode of Pretty Young Perspective. This week we're going to be talking about a recent shooting that happened in South Carolina. So, what happened was a man aged 50 was stopped for a routine traffic stop because one of his taillights was broken, and he ran away because he feared for his life, and there's a videotaping that showed him running away from the police officer. The police officer then shot 8 times at the man before he shot the man, and the man fell on the ground. At that time, when the man was on the ground after he's been shot, he was saying, "Put your hands behind your back." So after that, they cuffed him, and he called for backup, and other officers came in there to check if the man was still alive. By the time that happened, he was pronounced dead on the scene.
You can see, as I said before in our previous video, which I hope you looked at and are following us, about violence in our community, in our city, how we don't feel safe. And I was also going to point out that it seems as if technology is saving us. Like, it's not our voice, it's not what we say, it's not what we demand in the community, how we demand freedom, how we demand security. That's not what saves us. It seems that technology is what saves us. If that video wasn't recorded, what would have happened? Would they have believed that he shot him 8 times? Would they have believed that he was wrong, or he was in the wrong of killing that man? So it's like, without the technology, we wouldn't have a voice anyway. And even with the technology, we still don't have that voice. So it's like, what kind of community is this? What kind of district is this? What are we living for? Are we living to be killed? Are we living to be discriminated against? Are we living to be killed by someone who's supposed to protect us? Where's the authority? Where's the right? Where's our human right? Where's the togetherness to come with the community? I feel like we only work together when someone's dying. We only work together when someone has been shot. There's so much corruption going around. That's discrimination that we're setting ourselves up for. That's like separating ourselves from the country and making us feel as if, okay, we're like the next murder capital. Like, that's not what we're made of. That's not what our ancestors has fought for. So why do it? Why promote it? Why not change it? Why not get rid of it, or take steps to get rid of it? I just don't think that we're safe at all in our community.
Yeah, like, it always takes a tragedy for change to actually happen.
Yes.
Look at the civil rights movement. What sparked it was problems that Rosa Parks had, the killing of Emmett Till. It's always tragedy that sparks something that changes. Like in this specific case, the county sheriff actually is now having all their police officers wear like body cameras so that they can record what's going on. So at least something good comes out of it, but it's sad that it has to have some sort of tragedy to make some good come.
Right?
Like, it's the powers that are supposed to be protecting us that aren't really protecting us. Like, specifically with Black youth, it's like in Ferguson, Missouri, most stops by the police are on blacks, right? But most of the arrests that they make because of those stops are on white suspects. So why is it that we're getting stopped more, yet we're not the ones that have the high percentage of actually being guilty of something? Like, why is the melanin in my skin something that makes me a target? That shouldn't be something that makes me a target. Maybe my history, if you see, like, I have warrants for my arrest, okay. But just because of the color of my skin, that should not make me a target for you to stop me, for you to frisk me, for you to pull me up, for you to give me a ticket, for you to write me up for, like, anything. The color of my skin should not define me.
Yeah, it shouldn't define you. And then on top of that, speaking back into the situation, if I thought that the reason for the security guard to fire the shot is if he feels threatened. If somebody's running away from you and they're not shooting or having any weapons, why are you shooting? Like, I didn't understand that after watching the video twice. So that's something that needs to be talked about, needs to be discussed. But it seems that it's always too late to discuss the real big issues because the victim or the person who's been in the situation has been shot down or killed. So I'm not gonna say there's no reason to discuss it, but it's always too late for us.
Yeah, like, they both said that they were fearing for their lives, or it was assumed on the man who was shot, because of course he was killed at the scene. But the police officer said he was afraid for his life. Yet you see your suspect running away from you, but you're gonna shoot at them 8 times to make them stop. I can understand maybe putting out a warrant for his arrest for her running away, but you don't have to shoot someone. You have to shoot at someone 8 times to get them to stop. I can understand you need them to stop, but 8 times, and then on top of that, the person died, and you said you feared for your life. How are you in fear for your life when the person that you're chasing is running away from you?
So, tell us about what you think about the situation and connect with us with
At Promising Futures.
Yep, and our group is called
But we are Pretty Young Perspective.
Yes. Thank you.
Like, subscribe, comment.
Follow us.
Yep.
Listen to our
Share
videos
it.
and
Share the
what you-
video, yes. Like, share this. All right, thanks, guys.
Bye.
Get down.